Alright, welcome back, guys. Okay, so I said I would explain this button valve a little bit. You can see here that this is where the cockpit is. Canopy. Hold on, let me sit this down. Set this right here for a second. Alright, grab the hatch. Alright. So, when the canopy's on and closed, sits right there, it opens up. You got this plate here. This is what will actually be hitting the button. And I'll probably have to add a little bitty, I don't know, I'll come up with something. A little bitty dowel there, or a little bitty plate, wood plate, because there's a gap between here and this flat piece here. So the button valve, as it sits, does not touch. So, I can just add a little piece of round wood there, and I can, obviously sand it to the exact length it needs to be. So, as that closes, it activates this little button valve. And what I found from last time I did, let me scoot this over. The last time I did this setup, I did it on the F-15. And I used it to close the locks, because I don't want to use just a valve just to lock and unlock the canopy. So a buddy of mine told me about this little button valve, and I've come up with a way to do it just by this. What you do is you've got an air cylinder that opens and closes the canopy. So it has its valve. So what you do is you tie the open side of the airline right into that same canopy open airline. So when you hit the switch to open the canopy, it unlocks the locking mechanisms, the canopy comes up. Alright, so what you do to lock is you tie the close line for the canopy, you run it up to your button valve. Alright, so as you hit close, it pressurizes the line going to your button valve, pressurizes the air cylinder to lower the canopy, and as it comes down, it hits this button. Since there's pressure in the button valve, it hits this button, sends air up to the locking side of your latch cylinders. So it's a pretty simple way. You can use that same method to do like gear doors and stuff like that as well. Pretty simple way to do it. What I did find from the first one, on the F-16, I put the button valve, there was a piece right here, and the canopy would come down and sit, and there was a lip, and I put the button valve here. Well, what would happen, the canopy would close, and it just didn't have enough force to push the button down. It kind of pushed the canopy up. So what I did is I moved it back down here on the F-16 to where, as the canopy got, it was just more weight. And you had all this portion of the canopy laying on, to help weigh it down, and it would come down and hit it, and actually worked a lot better. So you want to put it as far back as you can. So I figured I'd give this area a try, because as it closes, it'll come down, and and this area is pretty. You want an area that's pretty beefy and won't flex, because if you put it in a thin area, it comes down, it pushes down, it flexes the material instead of actually closing the valve. So what I did on the F-16 too is I put a piece of ply under there to stiffen the area up, and then put the button valve. I kind of did the same thing to this one. I built just a little mount for it. Kind of hard to see. So this is now sturdy, it's not going anywhere. You'll hook up the air lines here, and they'll run to to where they need to be. It's a little bit easier to see it this way. Yeah, so much for autofocus on these things. There he goes. That's all it is. So that's how I'm going to lock my canopy. Saves you another, if you're using those electronic valves, that's $100 and something. If you're doing the The Robart valve, you know, that's still like $30-something, saves you a little bit of money. That's only like $20 for those little button valves through DreamWorks. Alright, what else have I done? The other thing I've done is started to run my leads for my electronic system. Like I said, I'm using this the Robi S-Bus battery backer, and what you see here is pretty much all I'm going to have going from the back portion of the jet into the nose. These are the 4 leads. You know, your jet may not even need 4 leads. You know, if you only needed 3, if you only needed 2, whatever, it depends. So what I did, since I got split elevators, you know, they're so far apart, I'm going to run 1 lead down this side, 1 lead down that side, one will go to the wing, the other go to the wing, so that's 4. These things are super long. 300 centimeters is what I went with because I didn't think they were going to be long enough. But you can see I've got 5 or so feet hanging out the butt of it, and I've got 4 or so feet out the nose. So there'll be plenty. And I'll actually be able to clip off enough to make extra leads for next time. Simple, and then these wires here are going to be for the batteries for the pumps and the ECUs. The batteries are going to sit somewhere here in the nose, which are these lithium, these life packs from King Tech. I use these in the F-16. They're really good. They're really nice packs. They're the lightest 3-cell life packs I've seen. 3,800 milliamps, which is plenty. 20C, more than enough, and they're not that heavy. So to me, it's the best bang for the buck. But what I liked about this S-Bus is it's real nice and simple. It's kind of hard to see. The leads come in through the front here, 2 on each side, 2 on this side. And I just run them through the bulkhead to this point right here, and then there's a channel that you can see right there, which is just this missile rail in the molding. So I ran both leads right through there. There's underneath the bulkheads towards the back, and then aileron lead comes out after the main spar, and I'll actually put one of these. I'll clip it and put one of these end plugs on it, like right there, and then this piece is going to be in the wing for the 2 servos, and this will be come on, focus, there it goes. This will be hard mounted to the wing, so when you push it up there, it'll be kind of sitting like this. I'll have to make that hole a little bit bigger, but not much, probably not even, I may not have to do anything at all. And that'll be, like I said, this will be hard mounted to the wing, right there. Be just like that. So kind of a neat, simple way to do it. And then let's see if I can get a view of this. There we go. Kind of looking, I'm going to go to manual focus here. There we go. Looking in, this is from the back looking forward. There's that channel. There's the one going up to the aileron, and then the elevator continues to run back towards the elevator mechanisms. There's a hole in the front side of this, you can see it right there. There's a hole in this bulkhead for the elevator mechanism, and then it just runs. It's kind of hard to see it. There you go. And I just ran it out the bottom, which I'll trim it off, and the rudder and elevator will clip on with those little terminals. Will clip on here and here, and you just plug the servo right in those terminals. So, and I'll show you this. This is the standard Futaba wire. Get it to focus here. Go back to manual. That's a standard Futaba wire versus the Robi S-Bus wire. So nice and beefy. Shouldn't have any problem with that. But that's it so far. Like I said, next thing I'm going to work on, I may do some stuff on the F-14 install some servos. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and put in my turbine rails just so I can get the turbines in there and start laying everything out real quick. And then coming up with some way to mount all those in the nose. So, but that's it. Just want to give you guys a quick video, a little update, and till next time, you guys take it easy.